All right, y'all. This reaction video right here coming up is called Killer Husband Realizes Wife is Still Breathing. Crazy title. I'm sure it's a crazy story. Shout out my man Spider-Man24. He said it's fire. He referred it. So if it's trash, we own him. But he said it's fire. And I take his word for it. So let's get into it right now, man. Let's go.
In the early morning hours of Valentine's Day 2019, a woman named Olivia Jones walked the aisles of a local supermarket known as HEB Plus in preparation for dinner with her husband, Chris. As she gathered the ingredients, she observed a bouquet of pink and red roses, colors that symbolize tenderness and passion. As Olivia exited the store with the roses in her cart, she was unaware that in less than 40 minutes, she would be dead. A horrible consequence of so-called toxic love. The police would find her on her bedroom floor in a quiet neighborhood in Beaumont, Texas. 11 minutes earlier, her loving husband, Chris, dialed 911.
Beaumont 911. What is the address of your emergency?
Olivia!
Oh.
Please, hurry.
This nigga's Olivia! This nigga's all acting. He put on the scene already, huh?
Hurry. Someone take the gun.
Tell me what's going on.
What'd he say?
I'm at home. My wife been shot in the head.
Please, somebody shot in the head.
I'm at home. My wife's been shot in the head.
My wife, please.
Tell me,
Okay.
where is she shot?
In the head.
Okay, where in the head?
Take it and it went off.
Okay. I want you to try to control the bleeding.
As soon as the call disconnected, officers headed on their way to the Beaumont, Texas home of Chris and Olivia.
He said he tried to take the gun and the gun went off and shot her in the head. So that's his story over the phone right now. So let's see if this pans out to be true or not.
Located at 5575 Pine Bur Boulevard. At 8:55 a.m., they arrived. Officer Otis Butler was met by a familiar face, 40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones, who was visibly distressed. Officer Butler was close friends with Chris and his wife, Olivia. His body cam was rolling while Chris urged the officers to hurry into the house.
In my bedroom. Where's the gun?
In the bedroom, broken down on the dresser. Come this way.
Didn't they tell that nigga to stand there and apply pressure to the head wound? That nigga purposely came outside. He like, nigga, please. I need this bitch to croak. Nigga, I need her to die. Damn, he cold. That nigga said apply pressure to the wound. That nigga outside.
Okay. Please, come this way.
Okay.
Please. Olivia!
As alluded to earlier, the officers made their way to the bedroom and found Olivia lying on the floor.
Baby!
Sir. Okay. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler? I tried to take it.
Get his.
Mom!
Olivia was found face down with a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Astonishingly, she was still breathing. When the officers rolled her over, they
Damn, she's still alive. Oh, he didn't see that coming.
discovered that the bullet had pierced through her right eye. The room she was found in was covered in blood, with spatter all over the walls. The paramedics arrived, and while they tended to Olivia, the police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walk him through the events leading up to the shooting.
What happened? We had a disagreement, and I say, baby, if you're not working with me, you're working against me. I say, we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I say, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together. Okay. We got several. And I say, I just want a divorce. And her reaction was, she got the gun? I said, give me the gun. She like,
so he put it on her. He put it on her like he wanted a divorce, and she basically couldn't take it. She went and got the gun, and that's his story.
I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
So when you grabbed it, went off?
She yanked. I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off.
Okay.
The gun went off.
Chris's story immediately set off red flags. How could such a large man be overpowered by his significantly smaller wife? Chris dropped to his knees in anguish, but there were no tears as he asked Officer Butler if he could go check on Olivia.
This nigga said it was no tears. That's the part he forgot about, man. You got to cry, man. You got to sell it if you're going to sell it. You doing all that acting and yelling out, you ain't had one tear fall out of your face? Them motherfuckers be watching for everything. They be watching to see, nigga, all your gestures, everything you got going.
Mr. Butler, I got help.
No. You don't need to go in there, okay?
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
We got him.
Is she alive, Mr. Butler?
When we went in there,
Please don't tell me she's alive and she's not.
Yeah, when I saw her, she was.
She was talking?
She wasn't talking.
Is she breathing?
It looked like she was breathing.
Ooh, good.
Like, don't go in there, sir.
Please.
Sir, I need you to stay right here with me, okay? And calm down.
Calm down.
Upon learning that Olivia was still breathing, Chris's reaction seemed strangely devoid of relief or happiness. Another red flag for Officer Butler. Back inside the home, Olivia's wounds proved to be fatal, and just after 9 a.m., she was pronounced dead.
So she did end up dying. They said when they said she's still breathing, that nigga reaction was not what they thought it was gonna be. Let's see how this goes, man. I don't know. I ain't made an assessment yet. Let's see how this goes.
Officers searched the rest of the home and noticed that in addition to the surveillance cameras installed on the exterior of the house, there were 2 more cameras mounted in the living room, monitoring the interior of the house as well. They also discovered the gun that Olivia was shot with, a 9mm pistol covered in blood. However, they found it strange that the gun was in a different room from where the shooting took place. If Olivia was holding the gun when it went off, how did it end up in a different room? The only logical answer was that Chris must have moved it. Following this discovery, the officers decided that the best course of action was to detain Chris until they had a better understanding of what really happened. As Chris was getting handcuffed, his 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, arrived at the house. She had already been contacted by Chris, who told her what had happened. She was clearly devastated.
Oh shit. Damn. That's not cool.
There she goes.
Go with this officer right here.
While the officers tried to console Ariel, Chris was
Damn.
escorted to the back of a police cruiser. Lead Detective Mendy Freeman and
That's not cool, man. Coming home and seeing your stepdad in handcuffs with blood all over him, and then your mama's in the house dead. That's not cool. Ugh, that's nasty.
Sergeant Yvette Barrero of the Forensics Unit arrived at the residence and were immediately caught up to speed.
According to him, she grabs a 9mm in their bedroom. She did that. He claims he reached for the gun to try to get it from her. And when he reached for it, and they struggle over it, boom.
At that moment, Olivia's sister Angela arrived at the scene, and Ariel once again broke out into hysterics.
Damn.
All of the evidence was collected and sent to the crime lab. Chris was brought down to the station where they took photos of his hands still covered in blood.
They're waiting for the lead detectives. They're going to be the ones that actually interview. So
When the detectives finally arrived at the station, they started Chris's interview by asking him what caused the argument. He said that he felt as if Olivia wasn't pulling her weight in the relationship.
I am very particular. If you heard that, that's true. I am very particular. You strive for the best for people. I work really hard, and I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't accept excuses for anybody else.
After telling her that he wanted a divorce, she went to the bedroom and grabbed the gun.
what did you say?
Really? You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything.
Okay.
You know, this is not, you do not want to do that. Put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying. She was crying.
Damn.
Chris handed over his cell phone, which had access to the home security camera footage.
Say you want to access just that camera. You touch that. And that's just that camera. Okay. You follow what I'm saying? So far. Let's go back to
You follow what I'm saying?
devices. Yes, sir. And everything is labeled. Carport, backyard, front door, back door, laundry room, side garage, living room, kitchen.
The police examined this footage, hoping to corroborate Chris's story. At 8:41 a.m., Olivia can be seen going about her morning routine in the kitchen. Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out. 3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up, and Chris is captured frantically pacing around the house.
This nigga's a goofball. So, so you think you could take out 3 minutes of the video of the last thing is her walking in the room, and then it blacks out, and it cuts back on, and it's you calling the police. And you think they're not finna find that suspicious? Come on, big dog. At that point, you should just went on a run. You shouldn't have called. You not. How you gonna explain that one, dog?
While on the phone with 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., the responding officers can be seen entering the residence. That means that Olivia must have been shot during this 3-minute gap in the footage. In the interrogation room, Chris was asked why this footage was missing. He claimed that he had no idea.
We're still trying.
Come on, man. And you know you could go in and they could see like that it was deleted. They could go and figure it out. So you might as well, god damn, dog. This is a sloppy motherfucker right here. Like, okay, I'm not going to say, like, I condone what you did, but flip side, why would you do it in your house if you know you got cameras in your house? And then knowing, oh, if I go delete 3 minutes, that's going to be suspicious. Like, come on, my boy, use a thinker, man. Use a goddamn thinker, man. But I'm not condoning what you're doing. I'm just saying, like, common sense ain't common, y'all. Y'all know people always say that. It really ain't. Nigga ain't thinking and moved on impulse and then cleaned it up after. He thought about it after, but realized I fucked up. But let me at least try and say, oh, the video for some random reason, ain't no other parts in the video where it went out for 3 minutes. Just here at this moment, but it's working fine, perfectly before and perfectly after.
Videos here, okay? Why would there be no recordings on it? I don't know. It should be. Everybody that went in that house should be on it. But like I said, the internet, you can go through days and it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep, like, you can pick whatever day you want and it's never going to be consistent. That's why I say it was a waste of money.
Well, I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Chris had a bunch of excuses, from internet problems to not charging the camera properly. But at this point, the detectives were taking anything Chris said with a grain of salt. It seemed more likely that Chris, the only one with access to the footage, had tampered with it. Since they did not have the video, they had Chris reenact the moment that he tried to disarm Olivia.
Now go ahead and do my initial, she pulls it. Give me the... Okay. And I go, I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, you're good.
I don't want the chair.
I'm sorry. You're fine.
I like the chair, man.
I'm reliving it. You are? I'm reliving it.
So she should be shot in the back of her right head.
Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist?
Back here.
Did you feel me twist your? I twisted.
With each question asked, it seems as if Chris was improvising the answer, actively trying to make the puzzle pieces fit together rather than telling the truth. The detectives ended their initial interview feeling more suspicious of Chris than ever. They then moved on to other members of the family, starting with Olivia's sister, Angela.
Olivia Jones is your sister, right? We've been talking a lot lately. We talk every day. I drop her baby to her at the tax office. She's always been timid about everything. But she was the type that whatever went on in their home, she would keep it there.
Yeah, she's kind of a private
person.
Yeah.
She loved her baby so much.
Damn.
That she thought she had to live for them. She would never.
Angela went on to reveal the extent of Chris's
This is bad, bro. Damn. This is bad, dog.
Control over Olivia.
She can't talk on the phone after a certain time. He controlled the finances.
So they done found out he a control freak. He a control freak, man.
He never wanted to be in the presence of her family. Family reunions, anything, he never came. But she would have to step off and when he would call and all you could hear was him screaming and yelling on the phone. His character is agitation. Like, his character is to be aggressive. I just don't get it. Because all she wanted, my sister was a married type. All she wanted was to be loved.
Yeah.
She loved love. Like, she loved her babies. She wanted to live for her babies.
To make matters worse, Chris's ex-wife Letitia, who he initially met back in 1999, corroborated his pattern of controlling and aggressive behavior.
I met Chris Jones in 1999.
It was just like a constant fight. Like he strangled me, choked me out, drug me through the house. My skin was missing off my back. One time he bit my hand.
Damn. Oh yeah, this is about to be bad for bro. This is about to be bad. Hey, oh yeah, you bad for business, bro. Control freak. Now they got all the stories to go with it. History. And then you're big, like you're muscular, you're bigger than her, and you're saying you couldn't grab a gun from her or whatever the case is. Then you got the deleted footage. This is all bad.
Bite marks in my hand. This was what it was. If the house not clean, he's told me that he would kill me if I was to ever leave him.
Oh my God.
Told me how he would do it. The reason I never said anything or went for help was because I was extremely in fear of my life. Because I knew and I felt in my heart that he would kill me.
And most damning of all were the allegations made by Olivia's daughter Ariel during her interview. She explained what it was like living at the house with her mom and Chris.
One time they were arguing and I heard her say she couldn't breathe. I would see bruises on her. It broke her down to the point where she believed what he said. You won't be nothing without me, stuff like that. Right. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows that we were her world.
With each person interviewed, the allegations against Chris were stacking higher and higher. They doubled back with him, urging him to tell the truth about what actually happened to the missing footage.
To be honest, I videos.
I look guilty. Not deleting those videos. I look guilty.
Not if you say right now, what you just said a little while ago, I freaked out, I panicked, I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
I'm just afraid.
Oh my God.
Blame for something I did do something that looks really bad.
Yeah, it's too late for all that, brother.
While the confession was a much-needed win for the detectives, there was still no trace of those crucial 3 minutes of footage. However, the detectives did their due diligence. They spent the days combing through all available footage from the house to see for themselves what daily life was like for the Jones family. In these recordings, the true nature of Chris and Olivia's relationship was on full display.
Then you're gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, Mike. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on that. Why is that like that? You're not paying attention. Look, man.
Okay, leave.
You wasn't worried about the son of a bitch a minute ago. That's your mother. Don't look at me like that, bitch. I'm not playing with you. Lazy. You want to do something, not enough? Listen, give it here. You got all the goddamn answers. You don't do a goddamn thing around this. Right. This your ass, bitch.
I was gonna be.
That's clean dish. That's clean.
I didn't want to. They fell on the floor, so I didn't want to reuse them.
You look at it. You don't pay attention to what the fuck you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the chance to claim no f***ing off. Food on the wall. Who you burning now?
Me.
Oh yeah, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad, guys.
I live here. It's you. It's always been you.
Chris would take any chance that he could to bully Olivia, constantly putting her worth into question, even humiliating her in front of her own
Damn, nigga. That's in front of the kids?
daughter.
Oh, man.
I got to show ass. You didn't have a job. You collected unemployment. You just had off. If most men in this world want a woman that got what? You wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't have got upset. You would have bagged that.
In front of the daughter is crazy. Damn, nigga. Yeah, this is bad, bro. You don't give a fuck. You talking crazy like that to her in front of the daughter? You unemployed. You this, that. You wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for me. Damn, that's crazy. And that's your stepdaughter too, right?
It'd be so much easier for me if you start thinking. You do dumb because you don't think.
This footage shed light on Chris's true colors and confirmed the allegations of abuse from Olivia's family. Detectives also looked into Chris's criminal records and discovered that he had a history of violent charges, including multiple assaults in 1996 and a domestic assault in 1998, which landed him in jail for a brief period of time. Even though they were still waiting for ongoing forensic analysis results, authorities believed that they had enough evidence to place charges against Chris.
News this morning, a Beaumont man is now facing murder charges.
Damn, that nigga look completely different. What the fuck? How long is this after? This nigga done grew hella gray hair, all kind of shit. What the fuck?
In a Valentine's Day shooting of his wife. Police say this man, Christopher Ray Jones, who worked as a correctional counselor at the Beaumont Federal Prison, killed his wife, Olivia.
Chris was charged with first-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in April of 2019. But unexpectedly, within 24 hours after being charged, he was released on a $150,000 bond and was put
Oh, shit. Damn, that nigga got up out of there? That nigga got found guilty and then got up out of there for a $150,000 bond?
under house arrest with a GPS monitor.
Now a man charged with murdering his wife is back at their home.
40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones was arrested and charged with shooting his wife in the face on Valentine's Day. His bond was set at $150,000. He paid and is now out.
Many
take. Wait. How the fuck? How the fuck is that? How is that possible? Well, he got found guilty of murder and then was able to bail out for a $150,000 bond? Damn. And went right back home on house arrest. He went back to the same house where he killed her at? That's crazy. Shit.
To social media to voice their concerns, stating things like, "Can't believe he's out on a $150,000 bond. That's crazy. What's wrong with our system?" And "Can't believe they would make his bond so low that he got out. He should not be walking the streets."
While out on bail, Christopher was allowed to continue operating the Jones family business, a food truck called One Plate at a Time.
Wait, what?
The judge allowed Chris to work while out on bail since the food truck is directly beside his home. However, this decision was controversial amongst Olivia's family and the community.
Wait, what? What? What the fuck? Oh, shit. Nigga, this is the definition of no fucks given. The fact that you murdered your wife, right? And everybody, whatever, you know, they know it now. You got found guilty. You get charged with murder, and then you bail out. You're able to bail out. And then you bail out, and then you on house arrest at the same house you killed her in. And on top of that, you have a business that's on your lawn where you sell plates at that house. So everybody know this is the house where the guy that lived there just killed his wife. So now you get out of jail. Well, they found you guilty of killing your wife. Now you get out of jail, and then you open up shop on your food. How is the neighborhood going to react to that? That's interesting. That's interesting as fuck.
Community. They knew Chris was the only person with Olivia at the time of her death, and they all seemed to believe that he had killed her.
This food truck on Concord Road in Beaumont is a hot topic on social media. It's not generating rave reviews from many, but condemnation from a grieving family.
I don't see how would anyone want to support someone who murdered their wife on Valentine's Day, which is a day that we are supposed to celebrate love. And the day that she was going to celebrate that with him,
This is for sure a cold movie. This would be a cold movie because you've never seen no shit. I've never seen no shit in a movie where a nigga does this, kills his wife, and is charged with murder and able to bail out and proceed to go back to the home and open up shop to sell food out the business. That'd be a cold movie. Like, wait, what? You've never seen an ending like that in a movie ever. Now, what would happen at that food truck is where I would probably add in my touches of darkness, because that would be a great way to end the movie, if you know what I mean.
He decides to take her life.
Chris's image was tainted even further when the results from the crime lab came in. The bloodstain patterns at the crime scene indicated that the gunshot wound could not have happened in the way that Chris described it. Additionally, investigators found no gunshot residue on Olivia's hands, indicating that there was no way she was holding the gun when it went off. There was, however, gunshot residue on Chris's hands and clothing. Despite all of the evidence pointing towards Chris, he pled not guilty to his charges. But before his trial would take place, Olivia's family held a gathering to honor her memory.
This Valentine's Day.
Praying for you. Damn. And this nigga was a federal CO, like he was a federal CO, right? A federal officer? I wonder if that's like why he got showed love, like, you know what I mean? People in position. I don't know how long he was on the force. He definitely seemed like a militant nigga that was in the military and probably now doing this. He definitely give off military vibe, ex-military.
Purple and red balloons filled Rogers Park.
Purple means domestic violence, and red was one of her favorite colors.
1 year ago today, Joshua Simmons lost his sister.
Valentine's Day was one of her favorite holidays.
I would give almost anything to have her back right now.
What's this year been like for you and your family?
If you can wrap it up in one word, it would be frustrating.
Frustrated with the fact that Jones isn't behind bars. Now the family wants to raise awareness for domestic violence, but more than anything, they want justice for Olivia.
We want him to spend the rest of his life in prison, while my sister spend the rest of her life in the grave.
After finally having an opportunity to celebrate Olivia's life, her loved ones would once again have to face her death during Chris's upcoming trial. The courtroom was packed with family members from both sides. It had been over 3 years since Olivia's death, and despite the clear tension between the two families, they all wanted the same thing: justice for Olivia.
This nigga hair done went from black to completely gray. Hold on. Damn, that nigga stressing like a motherfucker. Look at this shit. His shit was black as fuck in the beginning. Maybe he doing that on purpose for his look, to look like an old man so he don't have to go to spend the rest of his life in jail or something. You know how that shit be. They be like, oh man, we need you to look innocent, need you to look old, so they could give you at least time as possible. Because that nigga shit is gray as a bitch.
And despite the clear tension between the two families, they all wanted the same thing: justice for Olivia. Prosecutors Jimmy Ham and Mike Laird described Chris as an abusive partner with a violent past, and it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. Chris's defense attorney, Ryan Gertz, argued that Chris only grabbed the gun because Olivia was recklessly handling the weapon, putting both herself and Chris in a dangerous predicament.
Damn.
Forensic pathologist Celestina Rossi provided critical bloodstain analysis and confirmed that Olivia did not have any gunshot residue on her, contradicting the defense's claims that her death was merely an accident. The testimonies and evidence...
Whatever it was, it all happened in a 3-minute window. She was walking from the kitchen, walked into the room. 3 minutes later, it's him on the phone with the police. So whatever she did from that leading up, that's probably what happened before. Because for him to go, the likeliness of him getting mad in 3 minutes and grabbing a gun and shooting her, it got to be like built up aggression from something earlier. I don't know, me personally, but that's kind of extreme for somebody to be just go and flare up and shoot. That's extreme. I mean, but he seemed like he was an extreme nigga though. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga was yelling at her in front of her daughter. That's dark. Like disrespect. Like nigga, it's one thing to yell at your, step in the room or something, or tell your, hey, wait till she leave or wait till she go in her room. But while she's at the dinner table just right there and you just going off on her in front of her daughter, like you ain't shit. You unemployed. You wouldn't be shit without me. Like damn, that's fucked up.
Evidence combined ultimately overpowered the defense team. And on February 8th, 2022, Christopher Ray Jones was found guilty for the murder of his wife, Olivia Jones.
1,118 days. That's how long Olivia Jones's family says they've waited for this moment. The moment when Olivia's...
Damn, that's a long fucking time. That's a long time. How long exactly was he out on bail after the murder charge? How long exactly was he out? 30 years. 30 years. That nigga gonna be, he's gone. He gonna be out of here. 30 years, that nigga gonna be out of here, y'all. Somebody said only 30 years? Yeah, I mean, yeah, shit. The reaction we just did, the nigga did way worse. He did way worse, and they only gave him 17 years. But, yeah.
Husband, Christopher Jones, was found guilty of murder. Olivia died at the hands of her husband on Valentine's Day 2019, and instead of spending a lifetime behind bars,
we elected to agree with the state to a 30-year sentence because of the potential risk of, an even higher sentence.
In exchange, Christopher waived his right to appeal the conviction. After the judge handed down the sentence, Olivia and Christopher's 2 daughters took the stand. Looking directly at their father, they described the impact of Olivia's death. The youngest daughter, who was only 11 when her mother died, said, quote, "I'll forgive you one day, but right now I can't." Throughout the trial, the prosecution described a history of abuse that finally blew up. Defense attorney Ryan Getz argued a different version of events.
I think that we'll never know what happened in that room. Ultimately, my impression from the jurors is that they just didn't believe Chris's version of events, and that really only left the one alternative.
This was an emotional day for Olivia's family. As they were leaving the courtroom, they were encouraging each other, saying today was all about Olivia and she won.
Christopher Jones is currently serving his sentence in the John M. Wynn Unit in
Damn.
Huntsville, Texas.
Damn. All right, man. Shit. That was a good one. That was a crazy one, man. Shout out to Spider-Man24. Appreciate you for the referral, brother. Killer husband realizes his wife is still breathing. Let me give it a like. That is on Stay Awake, Crime and Psychology channel. Y'all make sure y'all run that up, man. Damn, that was crazy. What the? God. Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy having a camera in your house. Having a camera in your house and doing all that. Like, nigga, you got a camera literally recording you. And you in here wilding the fuck out. And they could go back and look at the shit. And you wilding the fuck out. And then, when the murder happened, you cut out the video all of a sudden. So it's easy for them to put it all together, bro. Look at all that video they was pulling up and using. That's sad, man. Rest in peace to her. Condolences to the family, all that. So, yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. That shit is wild. Hey, shout out to you for tuning in. Now, be sure to smash the like and download Underdog Fantasy. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on players and you can win big. If you want to make some extra cash and have more fun while you watch sports, download Underdog and get up to 1,000 times bonus cash. And did I mention Underdog is available in 33 states? Head over to your app store and download it today and join the millions of fans who have won billions on Underdog. Just use my code, AceBoys.